Hello? No, this is the wrong number. Oh, hi my loves. Woo, woo. I just came from driving. I got laundry. Hello, Miss Miaro and Mohsin Shabir. Nice to see you, loves. I'm folding laundry as I take my hot chocolates. What's the topic today? Today we are talking about gratitude. Mohsin. Sabi from India. What part of India do you live? Of course, I have Instagram. Post-traumatic bliss. Post-traumatic bliss. That's my Instagram. I pronounce very well. I know the only thing I don't pronounce well is American English, because Americans have their own tongue and they make a fuss about people not being able to pronounce things the way they do. So, what are you grateful about? What are you grateful for, Mohsin? Muammar Karok. Everything is suitable and with Nescafe. Nice. Caio Luis is from Brazil. How do you say have a good day in Brazil in Portuguese? Miss Miaro, you're British. You're from Britain. What part of Britain are you from? You're from the land of the Queen Elizabeth. Well, who's the Queen Camilla right now? Queen Camilla right now. Do you like your Queen Camilla? Today we're talking about gratitude. living with a sense of gratitude. What are you grateful for? Mukam. What language is that? Is that Arabic? Guess where I'm from. Hi, Kenrick. Kenrick Byrne is in the house. Big shout out. Big shout out to Kenrick. Do I support Marga? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Violet, are you trying to press some buttons here? Do you see a black woman supporting MAGA? Why you have to put me in the hard spot like that? I'm a black woman, okay? I vote with the 97%, the 98%. What are you talking about? Trump is intimidated by black women. The only thing white men fear is black women. And that's it. My Instagram is post-traumatic bliss. Jake Joseph says everybody is intimidated by black women. We are badass, okay? He's not my King Leon. If you want to call him king, that's you. Not mine. Not mine. The state of the union is in disarray. What else do you want to know? The state of the union is in disarray. Okay? I don't need somebody to tell me. With all the protests that has been going on, I know the state of the union. I don't need to hear more lies. I don't support ICE, okay? Personally, I will never support that kind of work. I think it's straight from the pits of the darkness, okay? When you make it legal for people to kidnap other people in broad daylight and separate them from their family, okay? People who have not broken any law, when you go to schools where children are at school in graduations and you start kidnapping other people's parents, okay? I mean, I'm not surprised. All this is coming from hatred, hatefulness, right? People voted out of racism and hate, and they vote policies that destabilize other people's families and their mental health. And they justify that kind of greed with whatever justification people tell themselves, okay? People do that. People do that. The opposition was not incompetent. Kamala Harris is one of the most educated American women. Okay? She was not incompetent. But the voters, why is it hard for Trump voters, MAGA, to admit that they voted out of hate? Why would you, it is racism, it is what it is. People voted because of emotions and they voted because of hate. And when after that you try to justify why you voted for Trump is because the other side was incompetent, blah, 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 blah. Because, most of the reasons that people say they voted for Trump, now they're trying to justify that they really care about kids that transition. Okay? They have never cared about kids that transition. The only time they care about the kids that transition is because they can use that to win a vote. Okay? But coming from a party that is okay with pedophiles running for president, I don't really care. I don't really think that they really care about children transgender transitioning, whatever. I don't think they care about that, but they will use that to win the vote. Okay. Now, we are not stupid enough not to read that. Okay. They say they care about these kids. They care. So if you really care about children, why are you kidnapping their parents and detaining them? If you really care about them, the well-being of a child, why would you do that? Why would you do that? You don't care about the well-being of the child. Nobody is illegal in a stolen land, okay? These lands are stolen. Everybody is illegal. Everybody is illegal. Nobody was invited here, okay? Is other illegals telling other illegals you're illegal? That's what's happening. It is stolen. We are on stolen lands. Okay, go read your history. Whatever they tell you on history books, in your history book, they're not telling you the truth, and that is why they don't want you to hear the truth. That's why they want to control education, because they don't want you to hear the fucking truth. Nobody invited anybody to the United States. They came here from Europe, they brought diseases, they killed a bunch of people, and they stole their land. Did I lie? Did I stutter? No. So everybody is illegal. And we live under an illegitimate government. It's other illegals telling other illegals whatever they consider illegal. But they are illegal. BS. Do not let people tell you their version of the truth, and sell it to you as the truth, okay? They don't want you educated. They want to sell you a version of the truth. Don't let people manipulate you that way. Do not let them manipulate you that way. They are illegal like everybody else, okay? And they're okay separating children from their parents. And they're the first people to say, oh, there should be no abortion. We should have reverence for life. If you have reverence for life, you should be taking care of parents, and because God made them those parents, right? Nobody owns this land. This land belongs to God. If you think life belongs to God, right? God made those parents and they gave those parents those children, right? So who are you to use your illegitimate force and lies to separate other people from their families and put children at risk just because you want more money, okay? Just because you think like if they go away from this country, maybe we are going to get all their jobs. Maybe we are going to get all the money from the government. It's all greed. It's all greediness at the end of the day. We can see it. We can see the motivation behind it. We are not stupid, okay? It's all greed. It's greed. It's always been greed. That is why illegitimate people call other people illegitimate. This government is illegitimate. Mm-hmm. You take hard-working parents from their children because you want to steal their businesses, because you want to take what they have, you know. What kind of, that is nonsense. Even read the Bible. The Bible doesn't say, the Bible never ever says that you separate children from their parents. The Bible says you feed and clothe the poor. Okay, that's what the Bible says. I didn't write it. I didn't write the holy books. I did not write it. But I know one thing. Kidnapping a parent from a graduation is evil. I know one thing. Okay? Kidnapping. So if we are going to separate the church from the state, why do Christians vote and they say, oh, we are anti-abortion because of God? That's not a separation of the church and the state. And I think at some level, we are not able to do that. It's kidnapping people. But let me tell you, some of you are so easy to give up your freedoms to the state, thinking that the state will not turn on you, okay? If you're okay with the police and everybody, the ICE coming and kidnapping people from the streets, okay? You are telling the state that it's okay to infringe on your rights, okay? And they can use any excuse to infringe on your rights, because right now you can also be called a criminal. You can also be called a criminal for whatever reason, because it's just that easy to call people criminals, okay? I could call you a criminal for whatever reason, okay? Yeah, if you think about it, you probably have broken a few more laws today. Maybe you ran a red light, okay? Maybe you were tipsy and you hopped into your car, right? Anybody can be called a criminal. So what you think that is happening to other people, it will eventually become the mainstream thing. It will become so widely accepted that you can be kidnapped in broad daylight by people wearing a mask, okay? And nobody will care about you because we will all say you're a criminal, okay? We will all say you're a criminal. That's why you got kidnapped, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Maybe you are under a criminal investigation. Maybe somebody who has a vendetta on you, okay? Or somebody has power. They can pretend they are ICE. They can come and kidnap your children and everybody, and people will be on the streets. They will watch it happen, but they will say, well, it happens. That's what it is, right? Because you give up your rights, you give up freedoms thinking that, oh, they'll only affect other people. Wait until it becomes the real thing that just happens, okay? and then everybody is unsafe. Everybody is unsafe because when you use the law to hurt others, it will also hurt you, right? It's like a double-edged sword. But I mean, I understand some of you haven't really done political science. You really don't understand. Yeah, exactly, Eddie. They don't understand why civil rights exist. You know, these are people who've been brainwashed and weaponized so that they can use and hurt the system. The government doesn't care about you. Okay, the government is run by the rich, like the mafia. Okay, they're up there, they are rich. They're out here to make sure that they can get as much rights away from you as possible. So the more rights you give up to the government, the more you weaponize the government against you. Okay, and you give them up slowly by thinking, oh, if we just let the government come and kidnap people randomly out of the streets, they'll be helping us. Who are you helping? What makes you think those people are not criminals? This is something that you've been marketed. It's pure marketing. They are marketing to you an idea and they're selling it to you. And because you don't have critical thinking skills, you're just chewing it up. You're just chewing it up. You guys, you better wake up. You guys had better wake up because you're making the future very difficult for yourselves. Okay. Hi, Denise. I'm from Africa. Of course, Teddy knows Kenyans. Kenyans are beautiful as they are smart, okay? So Khan says supermodel, okay? Some of you have been so brainwashed, okay, that you don't have any sympathies for what is happening in Palestine. What's happening to those kids there? Because you've been brainwashed, okay? Because governments with money, they can destroy other people and brainwash you and tell you and bring your religion to play and use your religion to manipulate you. You see clearly that kids are dying, their toys are all over the place. You can see clearly kids are not even living 1 year old, and still you can be manipulated by those governments to not think about humanity first. Remember, God created you as a human first. Abdi Karim, nice to see you here. Gahir, what are you talking about? It's not about religion. Badness is badness. Right? Bad is bad. Bad is bad. And it's not even about religion. Like, if you're a grown adult, you're a grown adult. If you saw kids that are starving and you had food, wouldn't you give them? You're a grown adult. You'd obviously feed them. If you are a grown adult and you see kids needing medicine and you had medicine or you had a way to help them, you would, okay? If you're a government and you have all these resources and you refuse to do that in the name of politics, what does that say? What does that say about the people who support that government, about the people who vote for that government? What does that say? Right? So we are part of the problem. We are part of the problem. I do work out. You know, this is post-traumatic bliss. Part of taking responsibility for my life is working out and working out like a beast. Malachi wants to say, damn, I'm beautiful. Thank you. I do planks. Yes, I do planks. No Face is asking why he's traumatized, why he's hypnotized by me. Oh gosh. Thank you, thank you. Uh, you do 3 hours in the gym. You must be looking good. How long have you been doing that? Post hello, Ayukununu Miawi. I am sure you have very great levels of strong. I'm good today. Sweetness flows from your appearance. I wake up every morning. I live in the crazy place called the United States of America. 07 Mano. What am I saying about Biafra? I haven't said anything about Biafra. From Ireland, Eddie. Oh, Eddie, you're from Ireland. Thanks, Eddie. I like Eddie. Comment more because I think we are in the same wavelength. Some people here, we are not on the same wavelength, but it's okay. I don't have a cat. Not now, I don't have pets. Jesus, why would I sound colored? I am black. Hi, Sunny. Nice to see you. I'm doing good, my love. I look beautiful without makeup. Ah, thank you. I don't know much about Biafra. Yes, Eddie, we have a big problem. The way you speak, the way you listen, the way you care, it all feels sincere and effortless. Being your friend, something truly I treasure. Me too, my love. I have been to Europe, a lot of states. France, Belgium, Sweden, Germany, Netherlands. I haven't been to India. I'm not Indian. I'm single. How do you say it? Island? You say island or I don't know. How do you say it? You know, I'm African, okay? So I have an accent. I have an accent. The way you guys say things and the way we say things is like two different worlds completely, okay? So I'm making the effort here. I know you don't speak Kiswahili, so I'm the one making the effort. You need to work on your Kiswahili, Eddie. I'm not married. Why is everybody wanting to marry me here? Why would I be pregnant? I'm not married. Eddie, you're not fluent in Kiswahili. You are not. Today we are talking about living with an attitude of gratitude. You know, despite everything that's happening in the world of politics, in the economy, despite all those things that are happening, okay, we still have reasons to be happy and to be grateful. You know, for example, when I go to run, when I'm running, and I remember I actually have legs. I can run, I can come back home, you know, and I have ears, I can listen, I have eyes, I can see you guys and your comments. It's the so small things that you remember. There's somebody in hospital. They will never be coming back from that hospital to do the things that we normally do, to cook, to take a walk, to do stuff, right? Even to go to work. You know, they don't have that luxury, they don't have that privilege, and we do. And we do, right? This afternoon, we were praying about, you know, about our business, for God to help the business to grow. And, you know, I was thinking, like, how truly grateful I am that I have even a dream that I can present to God and ask Him to bless, right? That I have got something going on that I can ask God, please bless this one. You know, I'm still in the game. Okay, I'm still in the game. You know, so, you know, gratitude. And a grateful heart turns ordinary days into extraordinary blessings. You can say that again. A grateful heart turns ordinary days into extraordinary days. Daulat likes our channel. Thank you, my love. Yeah, guys, thanks for the likes. You guys are liking more, so I am very happy. Double tap, like, subscribe. Can we see the back of my hair? It's a ponytail, I guess. Gahir. Hello, Ikalgs. Captain Morgan. You making me roll my tongue. His Sheikh Abi. Hello, Nika Adrian. Himothy. Noigo. Gratitude changes what you have into enough, and attitude turns enough into joy. Your attitude is the biggest weapon. 100%. Attitude is the biggest weapon. Ian, nice to see you, my love. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, James. Hello, hello. Timothy, I know. It's not Timothy. What are you talking about? A strong attitude helps you rise, but gratitude keeps you grounded. Salam alaikum. Amalela, salamu alaikum. Start each day with the right attitude. Attitude is everything, my loves. Attitude is everything. You know, I'm so thankful for you guys. You come here, you like, you subscribe, and you're showing up for this channel. I am really, really grateful. You know, I always say whether, you know, there is that story of the Good Samaritan, right? Like the Jews thought they were better than the Samaritans. But when Jesus was telling the story of the Good Samaritan, is the rabbi sees the Jew on the street, doesn't help them. The priest comes, doesn't help them. The Samaritan, the nobody that nobody thinks that, is a nobody, right? Comes and helps the wounded man. And Jesus says, the least of you shall be the first in the kingdom. And that goes to show you, like, God doesn't distinguish your title on earth, right? God doesn't distinguish your title, your religion. God does not care. He looks at the heart of every man, right? God looks at and if you want to learn anything from Jesus and the parables, that's what he came here. He came here to tell people the kingdom of God is in your heart. The kingdom of God is in your heart. So it doesn't matter what you think. Oh, I'm American. Other people are illegitimate. Let's separate them from their children and everything, right? The kingdom of God is right here. God doesn't care whether you're American, whether you call yourself a legal migrant and somebody else an illegal migrant. God doesn't care about that shit. Okay? He doesn't. There's only one law, and that law is love. Okay? There is only one law on this planet, and that law is love. You think I'm getting pimples? Where am I getting pimples? On my, no, it's because of the hairstyle that I had. My hair was everywhere and I was getting pimples. I'm not in love with anybody but Jesus. Okay. Trust me, I'm not in love. Love makes people miserable. If you see me not being miserable, I am not in love. If you see me happy and rejoicing and happy about life, I am not in love. Love makes people sorrowful. Mm? Many guys will change their name to Jesus, to Jesus, because I'm in love with Jesus. Woy, woy, woy. Don't bother changing your name. Okay. Don't bother changing your name if you're a Trump supporter, because I will make you cry. Trump supporters hate me. It doesn't take long for them to hate me. I don't hate anybody. You can hate me, but I will not hate you. Because hating people is childish. You can't make me hate you. Okay? Unless Jesus tells me to hate you, then I can hate you. Unless Jesus tells me to hate you, then I can hate you, okay? I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. I ain't got no time for it. I ain't got no time for it. I love Jesus. Jesus is the best medicine you can have for your enemies. Okay? You can weaponize religion against your enemies. 07 Mano, thanks my love. Chukwo, Jekwo, John. Your name is like a tongue twister. I love it. Favor. I know your name is not Aisha, but you they enter my Aisha. So I decided to say Aisha. You're funny. And Jesus trolls your enemies. Love is kind. Okay. Mm? Mm. Me from the North Pole, I'm from the equator. Okay? Don't mistake me. I'm from the equator, the land of the sun. Okay? I'm a strong black queen, Slim Shady. I'm Slim Shady because I'm the real Shady. If you want to see Shady, just call the real Shady. Can the real Slim Shady? Shout out to Slim Shady. Shout out to Matthias. Shout out to Taha. Taha, that's a cute name. Tomas Sodigrosso. You want to know which country is this? I'm in the United States. You thought Madagascar? Mauritius? Why would you think I'm from Mauritius? I've never been to I've never been to either Madagascar or Mauritius. Hi, Awa Ribuzidi from the UK. Taha. Go here, SJD. What are your views about Michael Jackson? You know, Michael Jackson was the king of pop, right? The US, don't come to the US at this time. I'm with you there. Don't come here. You might be arrested by ICE and be called an illegal for just visiting a country. My skin does tell a story of power, pride, and pure elegance. Love it, love it. You know, I don't know about Michael Jackson. The whole story about him sleeping with kids is weird, okay? It's weird. Anybody can abuse a child. So, was he an abuser, or was he somebody that the industry was trying to get rid of because he was going to expose what the industry was doing? I don't know. For sure, I don't know. They didn't find him guilty of anything. But let's talk about Jeffrey Epstein. Exactly, Eddie. Let's talk about Jeffrey Epstein. Let's talk about the people that are alive. The people that we can actually take to court. Like, why is Trump's name appearing 38,000 times on the Epstein files? Okay? Michael Jackson is dead. Let the black man rest. Okay? He's either in hell or heaven. His verdict, only God knows, right? But he is where he is supposed to be, either hell or heaven. But you ask yourself, like, why is Trump's name appearing there 38,000 times? I mean, Obama's name is not there, not even one time, okay? Where would you appear on the list of pedophiles 38,000 times? Okay, MAGA, wake up. Wake up. Huh? Wake up. You say you love children. You say you like protecting them. You say you don't even want abortion because you like protecting children. How are you not protecting children right now from pedophiles? Right now, answer me. We don't want hypocrites. We don't want hypocrites telling us. All these rich and corrupt people are so twisted, evil. You say you care about children so much, then throw the pedophiles in jail, okay? Stop going and using ICE to harass parents who are taking care of their children, who are working hard, who are celebrating graduation. Stop that nonsense, okay? The only people we don't want are the pedophiles, okay? Those are the real illegals in the human society, okay? Those ones, we all agree. Those ones, they should burn in hell, okay? Why are we being led by pedophiles? What happened to your vote of making America great? I know some of you think I'm crazy and I'm bitter, but we get tired of this whole rhetoric, you know, that you're making America great when you're just being selfish. You think the less immigrants that are here, the better you will do financially. You're mistaken. The more people that play in an economy, the better. Because the economy is like a lottery. It's like winning a lottery. The more people who play in the lottery, the more money there is to be won. Okay? That's how the economy works. That is economics 101. If you don't have enough people playing in your economy, there is no economy booming. The more people, the merrier. Okay? Stop deporting parents, hardworking parents. We don't want to be left with pedophiles alone. Get the pedophiles out of office, into jail. That's all we're talking about. And I'll be grateful if you did that. You're tired of your political nonsense. Astral says, marry me. Exactly, Gahir. Diversity tolerance is the key to the economy. And stop being jealous when immigrants are here in the US and they work hard and they build businesses. And now, because you want to take their businesses, you have to vote against their human rights. Psst, please. It's jealousy. We know it is, okay? We know. Go talk to God. He says, thou shalt not be envious of other people. Not, do not envy other people. Even immigrants, do not envy their wives, do not envy their children, do not envy their cows, do not envy their wealth, do not envy everything about them, okay? That is the word of God. It's there in the top 10 commandments of God. Do not envy people. Some of you, because immigrants, they come and they start doing well, you get envious of them. You get envious of them, and the only way to feel better about yourselves is to call people criminals. I'm not saying that there are no criminals that are migrants, okay? But Americans commit more crimes than immigrants, okay? I go to church, Chuko. I go to church. Loco Leo says, I'm criminally beautiful. I'm breaking the laws now. I'm illegal beautiful. I'm not pregnant. Let me tell you one thing. I know. Like the back of my head, okay? I am not pregnant. Why I'm fine like 6 people? The perfume I like Tory Bosch. The perfume, that perfume is just beautiful. It has like all these what do you call them? It's a floral scent, like very, what's the season? The springy. It has very springy floral scents. I love it. Hello Zito. Hello Thomas. Some people have no respect here for you. I know. That is why I don't read their comments. I skip them like I didn't see nothing, okay? That is why I wouldn't read their comments. Because if you have something important that you want me to read, you would make it important. It's very important to understand these things if we really do want to protect the children against sexual molesting and predators. Yeah, it's not a very difficult thing to do, right? It's not a very difficult thing to do. If you can vote for innocent parents to be deported and be separated from their children, then you have the senses to vote for predators to go, leave the office, and go to jail where they belong, right? It's not a hard thing to do. It's the stand that you make to make a world a beautiful place. But most people, they're here playing the game, thinking they're playing the game, but they're making the world more dangerous for everybody. When you sanction the government to come in broad daylight and kidnap people, you're making it dangerous for everybody in the future. Maybe your children will be kidnapped in broad daylight in the future and you will do nothing about it, and we will just watch, because it has become common, it has become the order of the day, and nobody can do anything, okay? If they profile you and they kidnap you in broad daylight, what are you gonna do? I'm not from Brazil. You know, I am, I really don't care what people do with their sexuality like 99% of the times, okay? Call me on my phone, I don't say shit. I make money. I'm not married. I, I got a call about my car insurance. Oh God. Oh God. Oh my God. Oh my God, all these people guessing what I'm doing with my life. I don't have tattoos. Okay. Yeah, well, life is good. Life is good. Good night from Tobago by Abraham Woods. Tobago. Good night, darling. Israel Bara, you're beautiful. Where am I from? Greetings from Monterrey, Mexico. I love Monterrey, Mexico. I like your name. Israel's a beautiful name. Um, you follow me on Post Traumatic Bliss. Taha from Trinidad and Tobago. Beautiful, beautiful Trinidad. I'm waiting. Okay. Post-traumatic bliss. Post-traumatic bliss, like my channel. That's my Instagram. Post-traumatic bliss. Hi, Jedida. Nice to see you, my love. Today we are talking about gratitude. Gratitude is the kiss to the brain. If you want to kiss your brain, go into a place in your heart where you feel gratitude, because gratitude travels from your heart into your brain and you give it a big kiss. You know, thanks, I'll connect with you. Am I Nigerian? Why does everybody think because I'm African, I'm Nigerian? No, I moderate my channel. There are not even enough of you guys to moderate. Mike sent me a message on Facebook. I pray you received it. I'll check it. Always make sure that your messages are very respectful on Facebook. I am here. I am very advanced with mental health. Don't waste your life, okay? Stop drinking. Alcohol is poison for your brain. Don't drink. I know I shouldn't be telling you this because for God knows, I'm not your mother. I'm not your aunt. I'm not your priest. I'm not your doctor, okay? I'm just a coach here on the internet who has studied mental health, who can tell you sincerely that stop drinking alcohol, okay? The government does not love you. Alcohol should be illegal. Thomas, bye bye. Bye, take care, my love. See you tomorrow. May you be happy and live with a joyful heart. May you be strong and healthy and live with a body that gives you energy. And may you be safe and protected from all sorts of inner and outer harm. And may you live with the ease that comes with well-being. My view on cigarette, don't do it. Don't do cigarettes either. I know some of you, you have problems or you're depressed or you've gone through trauma. The way out of it is not drinking. The way out of it is not more sex. The way out of it is not smoking weed or cigarette, none of that. Okay? Christ is the answer. Go to the gym, okay? Why should alcohol be illegal? Because it is very, very poisonous to your brain and to your nervous system. It's a poison. That's all. Because it's a poison, it's poisonous. But it's everywhere. It's everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. So it makes it look like alcohol is actually not that dangerous, right? Because it's legal and it's everywhere. But alcohol is very dangerous. You know, everybody knows cigarette is dangerous, but alcohol is more dangerous than cigarettes, you know. Yeah, you gotta ease off of that orinable, right? Ghostbuster is saying you're smoking weed since 15 and drinking since 19. I know you probably have some childhood trauma, some childhood issues. You don't want to face the pain, so you want to numb it with alcohol and a weed. I understand that, mental health. Face the pain. Face the pain. Pain is good. Numbing yourself is not good for your mental health. Thank you, Jedida, right? Yeah, be respectful to me. I deserve love and respect. Be nice. Be nice. Okay? Be nice. Cracking down on things doesn't solve the problem, right? Vegan, especially when the justice system is broken. Just look at the war on drugs, etc. Yeah, if you don't protect yourself at this point in your life, nobody's coming to protect you. If alcohol is legal because they want to make money from you, because it's a cash cow, okay? Because the government doesn't care whether you drink to death as long as the government takes taxes. And you're there thinking that the government cares about you. If you don't have enough money for justice, you're not going to get any, okay? Mike says he's a firefighter paramedic and they have seen many injured or dead drunk drivers. The worst thing that you can do when you're drinking is to drive, okay? Because there is no excuse for your stupidity to be impaired. You know, whether you're high on weed, whether you're high on whatever other drug, your antidepressant medication or whatever, if you're kind of impaired and then you go behind the wheel, you deserve to go in jail for a good 10 years. I don't care. That kind of carelessness should not be excused. okay? Because you go out there, right? You're drinking, you hit somebody innocent, maybe it's a doctor, you know, going to treat patients in hospital. Maybe they were going to treat you in hospital and then you hit them. Then they probably die or they lose functioning. And then other people, you know how long it takes to educate a doctor? Somebody so that they can be of use to the society. Not just a doctor, anybody, even a plumber, even a teacher, even a nanny, right? Even the guy who does your lawn, right? It takes somebody to raise that person, to put them through school, to show them to be a decent human being. And then you decide, because of your trauma, because you don't want to deal with pain, you're going to drink your ass off, and then you get on a moving car and you hit somebody. I don't excuse that shit. I don't excuse. Drunk drivers and pedophiles are in the same place with me. Okay? You're a drunk driver or a pedophile, you're in the same category, okay? Same. 8 years it takes professionally, right? And then, usually this idiot survives and other people die or they're left with injuries. You know, like, remember that story of this one girl? She was coming out, she was going home, her friend was not drinking, the one who was driving them had not drunk, but they were hit by this drunk driver, and everybody in the car died almost instantly. But this girl, she was not able to open the door, and the car caught on fire. Well, she was inside, and she got burnt like 99% of her body, and she survived, but all you could see was her nostrils. She was blind and a very small part of her mouth, right? She lived until she was 40, and then she succumbed to her injuries and she died from cancer. But she stayed in that condition for like 15 years. It cost her parents so much money, and they were already not rich or anything. It's so terrible. Coffee wants to be my friend. I don't trust people who want to be my friend on the internet. Why? Yeah, so okay, I understand, David Njoroge, when you're saying I'm right about alcohol. It's very dangerous, but for it to be controlled, it had to be legal. Otherwise, there's a lot of damage with anything once without moderation. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll concede to that. Maybe we need to legalize we had to legalize alcohol, then legalize actual medicine like psychedelics that actually helps people with mental health problems. Because what they have done, they have made psychedelics illegal, and psychedelics are naturally occurring in nature. Those mushrooms, they're just occurring in nature, but then they have made them illegal. And this is actual medicine that can help people. And then they legalize poison like alcohol. Now people have to take these fake medicines called SSRIs because they want to make money off of people's trauma. This is the fucked up system we live in. I have a problem with that. But anyway, my idea of saying alcohol should be illegal, I'm not saying legalize alcohol. I'm saying that people consuming alcohol should know that alcohol should be illegal. So when you're taking alcohol, understand that you're taking something that should actually be illegal because of the level of how lethal it is, right? Jorge Emmanuel de Souza, hi love, where are you from? That's a billion times that I've had that question. My cousin lost her husband and daughter and son-in-law in a car wreck. I am so sorry, Dwayne. Yeah, my condolences to you for your loss. Coffee doesn't want to be my friend. He's like, you're single and I'm single. Alcohol is a toxic. It's toxic poison. It's toxic. It's poisonous. You know, just because you see it being advertised, you know, they advertise alcohol like having a good time, like all that. They're advertising poison. At the end of the day, from now on, when you see them advertising alcohol with a beautiful, sexy woman, her hair flows, and you think, oh my God, it must be the alcohol. No, they just want to sell you the crap, okay? They have to use sex appeal to market to you to make it look like it's just crap. Okay, it's just crap. Hi love, where am I from? Oh my God, I'm in the US. I'm from Africa. Love Brazil, Salvador, 40 years old. Jorge, for ladies out here, there's a man called Jorge Emmanuel de Souza. Okay, he's 40 years old and he's from Brazil. His name is Salvador. Do you want to meet him? So if you want to grow a business that sells weed, go ahead and sell weed. You know, people are out there selling alcohol and they're making a lot of money. So good luck to you. Okay. People are out there selling sugar, okay? That is terrible and it's causing cancer. All you want to sell is weed. All you just want to do is sell weed. Good luck to you. David, all you want to do is sell weed. People are selling poison out there in those streets. Okay? People are selling poison. People are selling sugar. Okay? Do you know what sugar does to the body? Sugar is the worst thing that they sell out there. It's in everything. And guess what? People buy the shit, okay? People buy the shit, and you just wanna sell weed. Knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. Okay, I don't recommend that people smoke weed. I think it's bad. It can cause psychosis in some people. But I'm not here to tell people what not to do business in. Okay? I'm here to tell you what not to do for yourself. Okay? I'm just here to remind you what not to do for yourself, okay? Just because they are selling alcohol, you don't have to buy. Just because they're selling weed, you don't have to buy. Just because abortion is legal, you don't have to do one, you know? Okay? Just because people are changing their gender and castrating themselves, you don't have to do it. Okay. Jay Brennan, nice to see you again. You're saying don't let Snoop Dogg hear me say that. Oh my God. You don't have to do those things, right? Nobody's forcing you to we cannot make everything illegal so that you can be nice and uncorrupted, right? You just gotta use your head at some point, right? You gotta use your head at some point. At some point, you gotta use your intelligence. We can all be here protecting fools, okay? Yeah, please don't disrespect this channel, right? We can all be here protecting fools with laws, okay? If you want to change your gender and castrate yourself, we will not stop you, right? But you better know the consequences. If you want to take alcohol, you go do you, but don't jump on a car and make it other people's problems, okay? That's all we gotta say today. You have a wound. Yeah, everybody has things to heal from. But what I would tell you in your healing journey, this is advice that I don't see a lot of people giving when you're healing from trauma, okay? Don't complicate it. Don't complicate it. Healing trauma comes with a decision. It comes with a decision that you make. I am not going to feel sorry for myself. Healing trauma comes from that decision. Like, I am not going to feel sorry for myself. I am going to take 100% responsibility for my life. If you want to heal from trauma, okay, I'm not going to make excuses. I'm not going to feel sorry for myself, start drinking alcohol, start smoking weed endlessly, just tell people, oh my God, you know, I cannot do this because my parents, they were not there for me. I cannot continue and move on in life because you gotta stop. You gotta stop, okay? You cannot heal from that. You cannot heal in that state of mind, okay? You cannot heal from that state of mind, okay? You cannot be the victim and heal at the same time. Those two people don't live in the same realm, okay? You can either choose to be the victim or you can choose to be the warrior, the person who survives, the person who makes it, right? You cannot be a victim of your trauma and be the person who makes it at the same time. So you gotta stop that. You know, a lot of people here talking about trauma on the internet, they want you to feel sorry for yourself. And you start feeling sorry for yourself, and then you get stuck in that position where you're feeling sorry for yourself. Don't fall for that. Okay? Don't fall for that. Because if you fall for that, you're going to get stuck. And stuck is where you are right now, probably, and you will remain there as long as you do not make the switch and realize that you become a true victim when you start feeling sorry for yourself, okay? When you start, because now you become married to the sympathetic nervous system. Now you start sympathizing so much with your situation that you don't want to get out of it. You want to go to the parasympathetic nervous system. You understand the trauma. You understand the cards that you were dealt with are not fair. But you're like, well, that was the past. And today I'm moving forward. I'm forging forward. I'm going to work out. I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to tell myself that I love myself. I am going to tell myself I'm the best thing since sliced bread. and I am going to work hard, I'm going to make something out of myself, I am going to be great. You cannot be a victim and a win at the same time. You have got to decide which mindset is going to win. A lot of people who are going through trauma, you go on the internet and you hear all these people, they want to smother you with self-pity. They want to smother you with self-pity. Yes, you are neglected when you are young. Yes, nobody loved you when you were young. Yes, they did not give you individualized care when you were young. Yes, all these things bad happened. And I am not saying that they are not bad, okay? But self-pity and living in that realm of self-pity, that will be, that will be, the final nail on the coffin, and you may not be able to heal. You cannot allow that mindset to win. You cannot allow that mindset to be the one that takes in the day, okay? Because healing is not there. Right? Healing is not there. I don't know if any one of you guys really understand what I'm talking about. Okay, but sometimes people who are in trauma, they feel sorry for themselves. They start smoking, they start vaping, they start drinking their sorrows. They don't want to face the pain. They don't want to grow from the pain. You don't want to be the adult that grows up, okay? You don't want to be the adult that grows up and understands, yes, I was dealt with a bad, I was dealt with a very difficult time in my life, but I am still going to grow up and become a responsible adult. I am going to provide for my children without making excuses. I am going to show up without making excuses. I am going to keep on keeping on, right? That is how you heal from trauma. I don't know if anybody can understand. Exactly. You must face all those things and become a better person. You must face all those things and become a better person. Making excuses and feeling sorry for yourself, healing is not there. Healing is not there. And when you understand that what do you call it? The step, how to step forward, right? Like towardly, right? You want to heal. Once you understand that this is how we are going to step forward, not by feeling sorry for ourselves. We are not saying that these things did not happen to us. We are not minimizing them, okay? These are very difficult things that have happened, and we are not minimizing them. But as much as you're acknowledging it, I don't want you to feel sorry for yourself, because you might get stuck. You might get stuck, and you might take years and years to get unstuck, right? Because now you're feeling like the world owes you an apology, or the world owes you something that is not out there, that is not coming, okay? They're not going to apologize for the ill treatment you got from your parent. Nobody is coming. Nobody is coming to apologize to you. Nobody is going to come to give you the love that you did not get as a child, because that time has gone. And also because they were not there, nobody is coming. And you're not going to wait for it. And you're not going to sit there and feel sorry for yourself. That attitude, I don't know if somebody needs to hear this, that attitude is the attitude you move with. Right? To find you have to find exactly, coffee. Okay, you're complicating. Bye. I'm not talking in riddles. I'm not talking in riddles. I'm talking about healing, right? I'm talking about healing. Ignore coffee. He's not helping the channel. He's not helping the channel. He's not helping the channel. Let's give him. Um, yeah, we are talking about healing from trauma and the kind of attitude that you need to step forward with so that you heal from trauma. Remember, you can access your situation about the things that didn't happen in your childhood and the things that were neglected in your childhood and how they continue to impact you in your life today, but you can do it from a point of maturity, you can do it from a point of growth, you can do it from a point of understanding, but you don't want to go. In Christianity, they call it like backsliding, okay? You don't want to backslide into self-pity. You don't want to backslide into feeling sorry for yourself and forgetting that there is life out here to be lived, you know, despite what happened. Yeah. Um, um, yes, Mike, I love this. Use what you have used in the past to give you strength to survive today, right? How far you have come. Acknowledge like this happened in my past, but I am still here. I have worked so hard. I have, you know, you have to acknowledge your strength and the past and how it has shaped you in the strength that you're in, you know, and lean into that. That is what makes you, uh, that is what makes you get out of that whole trauma loop very quickly. But you do it with intention, because you're doing out of your intention. uh yeah, yeah, you're doing it with intention, like you're acknowledging, hey, I've been through shit, but guess what, I have always been strong. Always I've always stepped in. I've always been stepping up. I'm still going to step it up. Okay, I'm still going to step it up. A lot of people here on social media, on these streets, they are calling themselves self-help gurus, mental health coaches, and they want to get you into this point where you feel sorry for yourself, and then you drop your guard. You drop your guard and you start becoming too soft, too sorry for yourself. Okay, there is that understanding that you need to get, like, they didn't treat me with respect, I need to respect myself. They didn't treat me with kindness, I need to treat myself with kindness. They didn't treat me with generosity, I need to treat myself with generosity. You teach yourself how to become a better person, a better version, better than your parents were to you, better than people were to you in your childhood. You teach yourself to heal in that way, but you still become very badass, and you're not going to feel sorry. You're going to be like, fuck it, they didn't treat me with respect, F that. I am still going to treat myself with respect. I'm still going to love myself. I'm going to prioritize myself. That's the attitude that gets you out of the woods. uh, Dwayne says he remembers in the past when he smoked weed and at work, and he did empty box, and they got and you got fired. They fired you for smoking weed. That's stupid. Like, I mean, I don't personally, I don't think that's a good reason to fire somebody, unless you're smoking weed in a school ground or you're smoking in a hospital. That's not a good reason to fire anybody. Hi, Scorpion. Scorpion flies. Hello, Chris. Nice, nice, nice to see you guys here. I don't know. I'm not getting the reaction that I hope I was getting when I'm talking about this healing, but not feeling sorry for yourself or wallowing in the misery, because that's what we are healing from. I feel like what do you mean you hit an empty box? Yeah, you just went around and you hit something? Like, what the hell? Yeah, everybody hit the like button, hit the like button. If you're liking this topic, let me know if you have a question about this topic. Today today we're talking about gratitude and not feeling sorry for ourselves when we are healing from trauma, okay? Or even when we are in a day in the thick of things. We just turn that into gratitude. Like, thank you, God, for the pain and the misery that I experienced as a child, because now I know the things, the boundaries to put up in place today, that I know how to love myself better, that I know how to respect people better, that I know how it feels to be in pain, so I choose to be a better person. You're not saying that when you don't feel sorry for yourself, you're not saying that the pain that you felt is not real. You know, you're not saying that the pain that you feel is not real. You're acknowledging it, but you're saying that I'm not going to wallow in this misery, because every enemy that wants you to destroy yourself, and they want to destroy your destiny, they want you to feel sorry for yourself. They want you to feel so bad and unlucky in life that you forget where you are supposed to be going, that you forget your dreams, that you forget you had a place that you are going, that you forget that you're somebody on this planet, that you forget that you're unique and one of a kind, right? They want you to forget your goals and your dreams because they want you to feel misery and sorry for yourself. Never let the enemy win. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Say, fuck, it happened to me. Fuck, that sucked, okay? But I'm not going to let this thing destroy me. I'm not going to wallow in misery. There's life to live. I will acknowledge the past. I'm going to bless it. And I am going to still fucking move forward. I have PTSD from a teenager. My stepdad tried to kill me. Oh, shit. And then my brothers, me and my brothers, and that's what started me. Yeah, that seriously, that is something that can traumatize you, you know, and that you have to acknowledge, right? And I like that you acknowledge it, that I had PTSD, my stepdad tried to kill me and my brothers, right? That is horrendous. That is horrendous. Somebody that you're trusting to take care of you, somebody that you're trusting to protect you, somebody that you're trusting to be there for you, is the person trying to unalive you, to take you out of this, to betray you in the highest level, right? And I know how the pain of betrayal, the anger that you must feel, right? The level of disrespect, the anger, all those emotions, we are going to acknowledge them. We are going to acknowledge them. The hate that you're feeling towards this person, the resentment, the frustration, the anger, the betrayal, all those things are valid, right? You're valid. And the fear when you're a young man, right? And you don't have the weapons to fight back, right? All that, right? I see this. You see, Dwayne has gone through the journey, right? And sometimes we do start doing things. We start smoking, we start, like, there's a lot of things that pain can manifest. Pain can manifest in smoking a lot, right? Smoking and drinking, having sex with different people. How else can it manifest? Taking antidepressant medications, getting hooked on meth, on heroin, on all these things. Young people need to know, like, this is not new. We know that you're masking pain. You're not doing, you can't just start destroying your body out of no good reason, right? Out of no good reason. Even extreme sports, right? Where people want to take all these like steroids so that they can become big, so that they can, they're masking the pain. They're masking the pain. And again, I love Dwayne because Dwayne has gone through a healing journey. It's so clear, right? Gerald, please stop making these comments right now. Gerald, grow up. Um, Dwayne says, you have to forgive. He had to forgive. You have to forgive. You have to forgive. You have to forgive. When I was going through the forgiveness journey, because you guys know I grew up in an orphanage after I lost my parents. Those people, they used to beat us. They used to take away food from us. They would take away your food, the adults, right? You're young. If an adult decides that you're not gonna eat that day, you're not gonna eat that day. And food is a privilege. And when I was a kid, I used to pray for my food every time I ate my food. But because they used to take away my food as a form of punishment, I didn't even used to feel like I deserved to eat, right? I didn't even believe that I deserved to eat. And I remember one time I was going through my forgiveness journey, and it hit me that I deserve food. Like every child needs nourishment, and I deserved to be well nourished. And I cried just because that broke me. Because that broke me, that you can be treated so badly. And then as an adult, you're able to see that, and you're able to see it, to see the treatment you got. And I was able to acknowledge, like, yes, I deserve to be treated with respect, and I deserved to eat food, and I deserve to be nourished. And that broke me, and I cried, and I forgave those people. I forgave them. I forgave them. You have got to figure out how to get to your knees and forgive. Forgive, because you cannot allow bitterness to ruin you. You cannot allow feeling sorry for yourself to ruin you. You cannot allow getting stuck, right? Amen. Amen, amen, right? Like all those things, right? Like all those things can some people like Procol. You're probably the reason why some people are traumatized in life, right? You're probably the reason why some people are traumatized in life. Some of us who have healed, we don't go around asking people on the internet to be our girlfriends, that we want to marry them, that we want to, like, we don't do those things. We don't do those things. Some of you, I don't know what world you're still living in, right? People like Dostane, right? When you come here, I can tell your mental health. I can tell you where you are in your mental health by the comments that you keep bringing here. I can easily tell somebody's mental health, you know, by the comments that they put here. Just you see, like the level of maturity and the content, right? We're talking about serious things, right? You know, don't become a loser in life. FP4, hello, hello. Fuego, hello, hello. Right? Don't become a loser in life. Partake in conversations that are meaningful, that help other people. Right? Forgiving is one of the doorway to healing. Letting go and blessing the past. Let me tell you, letting go of the past, forgiving people who have deeply, deeply wounded you. People who will never even come to apologize to you. They will never come and say, I am sorry for the things that they did. They're not coming to apologize. Right? But you have to let it go, because you can't keep carrying that heavy burden, right? Of anger, of resentment, of frustration, of feeling neglected. You cannot carry that burden. And you do not deserve to carry burdens like that. And it's not your burden to carry, right? I don't know how you're going to do it. Some people put it at the feet of Jesus and they let God deal with it, because they know that in their human form, they're not well equipped to deal with things that are so heavy, like unforgiveness. So they unburden themselves right there. That's why spirituality is very, very powerful in mental health. Spirituality is very, very, very powerful in mental health, right? So you take it to the feet of Jesus, you dump there, you forgive, and you move forward in your life journey. Nobody cheated on you, Bantu. The thing about you is that you are in possession of something that you had not possessed, okay? You say somebody did not cheat on you. Nobody can cheat on you. You're delusional. You think you own somebody. And so when they act out of their own free will, you get upset. They did not cheat on you. They had sex with somebody else. They did not cheat on you. You choose to interpret. You choose to interpret their free will as cheating on you. Okay? You choose to interpret them acting out of you choose to interpret that people acting out of their own free will is something that you should be upset about. Let me see what Dwayne is saying. Dwayne has more common sense than most of you here. Song of Solomon 8:6-7. Set me as a seal upon thine heart, as a seal upon thine arm. For love is strong as death. Jealousy is cruel as the grave. Wow, jealousy is cruel as the grave, and love is strong as death. The coals thereof are coals of fire. Amen to that. Dwayne, what do you get from that? What inspires you about that? That Song of Solomon verse. Hello, Stikio Pumpinara, Vincenzo. Mehdra, Meh, Meh, Mehdad, Mehregan. I love you. I like your name. It's a tongue-twisting name. Ati, nice to see you again. I don't have super chat. You need like 4,000 hours on YouTube to get super chat, and I don't have 4,000 hours because you guys don't go watch all my videos and get good mental health. And then my videos are actually entertaining. Just go watch them and give me 4,000 hours. Most people hurt you because they are jealous of you. I wish I knew this. I wish I knew this, Dwayne, because I was, you know, I grew up in such poverty because I grew up without my parents, right? And because I didn't have a lot, I didn't think, like, I never thought there was any reason for anybody to be jealous of me, right? So when people were so mean and cruel and all that, and they were trying to hurt me, either it's at work or somewhere, I just couldn't understand that it was jealousy. And if I had known it was jealousy, and I had and understood that they felt inferior to me, or they felt like I was better than them, I could have probably been more gracious. But I just felt attacked. And you know, and most of the times I don't fight back after feeling very attacked. But there are times like I really felt like the world was against me. But it's jealousy. It's really jealousy. Once I understood that most of the people that hurt me was jealous of me, it was easier for me to forgive them. Yeah. I think we underestimate the power of jealousy. That people can actually be jealous of you for no good reason. For example, let me tell you, working in American, like corporate America, I am not the typical beauty, right? Because I live in America. Most people think beautiful women are white women, right? So for me, it was very, very, very difficult for me to understand that these white women are actually jealous of me at work. I know, right? Because I didn't understand, like, you know, you have the whole planet telling you you're the best of the best. So I thought I would just sliding at work, do my work, and go home, and nobody will not think about anything about me because I'm the invisible black girl, you know. I go do my shit, I go home, but they can't even allow you to do that, you know, because jealous people, they will always look for something, right? They're jealous of your peace of mind. They're jealous. I was like, why are you jealous of me? You think you're better than me? No, they think they want to be better than you, but they don't feel it. And even if the whole culture and everybody has given them a pass, they're still jealous of you. Like, I just have to stay there as a black woman sometimes and understand, like, I am the shit, okay? I am the shit. If I can be the most marginalized person and you're still jealous of me, fuck that, okay? Okay. You know? Like, like, you know what I mean? Right? So I was like, you know, if you have all these privileges and you're still jealous of me at this point, and I am just the girl who came from Africa being an orphan and all that, And after all this time, you're still jealous of me. After all these 400 years of slavery and all that marginalization of Africa and people, and you're still jealous of me at this point, I just got to give myself the props and say, I am the shit. You just put me on the throne out here because I wasn't expecting jealousy. Like, you know, I was expecting anything else. I didn't even need that boost to my ego. You know, I thought like, why are they keep fighting? Why are they doing this? Like jealousy is I wish I understood it was jealousy. Like you go there, you do a fine ass job, you keep to yourself, you're unbothered. They're like, why you not bothered? We put in all these things against you so that you never succeed, and you're still succeeding and you're unbothered. People get jealous of shit like that. People get jealous of shit like that, okay? So when I got jealousy from white women at work, okay, because they are told they are the best, you're better than black people, you're more beautiful, you have, when I got jealousy from them, I was like, I must be the shit, okay? Because you cannot two pieces of antique from Luxor. That's my dowry. I think in my country you have to give like 20 cows. If you want to marry me, 20 cows for dowry. And I follow tradition, okay? You must go there and say, I've seen this beautiful thing, okay? And I'm going to give the 20 cows. If you need me to give 10, 20, I'ma do it. People will, yeah, people, but eventually I left because I was like, you know what? I am now going to struggle myself to be accepted in places where they're just going to be jealous. And I know there's a world out there. There are other dreams out there that I can pursue. Exactly, they are always looking for a reaction. They're always looking to rage bait you. Yeah, this is one thing like black people need to understand when they are in white environments. When white people get jealous of you, they are going to try to rage bait you. They are just going to try to upset you. They're going to upset you by the things they ask you or the comments they say. They are just going to try to rage bait you to get a reaction from you. Okay? 20 cows is nothing, right? But once you realize like a cow can be like $2,000 or $10,000, then you realize cows are actually stupid expensive. I'm not from Nigeria. Mukama Brian is from Uganda. My neighbor. Love you. Roberto Esposito. Very beautiful. Thank you. Roberto. Sai Ganesha. Hi, dear. I love. Pero. Hello. Yeah, they gaslight you. Let me tell you, I live in a predominantly white neighborhood, okay? And Trump's first election, I lost a lot of people because I thought they were my friend. But, 2020 had a lot of riots. There was COVID. There was a lot of rioting. Black Lives Matter, and I lost a lot of white people as who I thought they were acquaintances. They were never my friends, right? We don't come to each other's house. We don't go to each other's birthdays, parties, or anything. We're just acquaintances. But we stopped being acquaintances altogether because I don't know why they felt the need to say all lives matter in front of me. I just don't understand where that came from. Like, I wasn't asking you. It's a statement. It's not an argument. When you say Black Lives Matter, it really doesn't invite you to tell me about other people. It's just a statement. If it had like a statement like, oh, Black Lives Matter, but then that would be an invitation for an argument. But it's just a statement. You can say Black Lives Matter. It doesn't hurt you to say that because they do. It doesn't exclude any other person from mattering, Asian lives matter. Of course they do. That's why God put them on this planet. White people's lives matter. Of course they do. That's why God put them on this planet. But when an innocent black man, God forbid, an innocent black man is murdered in broad daylight by the police when he's saying, I cannot breathe, and then you say Black Lives Matter, then all these white people are coming to you and saying, all lives matter, right? To try to gaslight you, to try to minimize all that, okay? That is why I stopped talking to them, because they came right at me and they start telling me how all lives matter, because they were not saying that because they really were fighting for the lives of white people genuinely, or they were fighting for the lives of Asian people genuinely. If they was genuine, I would understand that, because trust me, as a black woman, I'm very emotionally intelligent. They were just doing that to gaslight me, to rage bait me, and that's when I realized, fuck no. These people are evil in a way that I don't want you to be my acquaintance. Don't join me for a cup of coffee. I don't want to hear nothing from you, okay? Go fuck yourself. Go. I know some of you don't like what I have to say. I can piss a lot of people off, right? Because some of you think we black women are so stupid sitting here listening to all the bullshit that you have, and you think we don't have a brain. We do, actually. And that is why I will walk to your motherfucking office, I will kick ass, and you're gonna be jealous. And I don't give a fuck. No more. Yeah, that's same like saying save the whales, and they say of all fish matter. Like, yeah, it's like if I say, oh, save the whales because they are an endangered species, and you're like, all fish matter, right? All fish in the ocean matter. No, the fucking little stupid little fish that are everywhere, that are eaten by almost anything, but they never ever like disappear. They don't fucking matter as much as the whale matter. Right? But with people it's different. Every life matters. I actually believe that every life matters. Personally, right? I believe every life matters. But when a police kills a black man innocently in cold blood, and he's saying I cannot breathe, and he continues to starve him of oxygen for 9 straight minutes. 9 straight minutes is the time it takes for me to get from here, to go to the coffee shop, order coffee, sit down and take coffee. And that is after I have passed through 1 stop sign and 2 and 3 red lights, okay? All that time he's squeezing the life out of somebody, all that time, right? And then when people say, no, that is a callous, that is disrespecting human life. You know, you should respect black life more. And you're like, yeah, whatever. Let them go fuck themselves. I don't care. Hi, Steven. Hi, Original Music Maker. Hi, Mehmet Ozar. This chart is going, right? Right. Yeah, right. I don't know where they get their depravity from, but some people have depravity that is just incomprehensible, right? Even the doctors, the meds they're going to get from their doctor is not going to fight off that depravity. It's just things that some people can do. So guys, so they want to do all those things and they want us to sit down and say nothing. And I'm going to do my part. You're going to hate me as a black woman because, you know, black women, we are not afraid of anybody. We are not afraid of white men. We are not afraid of black men. Shit, we are not afraid of nobody. Okay? Okay? What can you do that's worse than whatever has already happened to black women? What can you do? We already started from the bottom and we fought for your rights and our rights. We fought for everybody's rights. Okay? The world is liberated because of black women and black people. What are you gonna do with us? What are you gonna do with us? We are the first people here. We will be the last people on this planet. Because that's how God designed it. Because even if you're white, you're still black. But if you're black, you're just black. Okay? I can help you. You have the DNA of your black woman, the first black mother in your mitochondria DNA. Because the mitochondria DNA passes from mother to child, from mother to child. So your mother gave you the mitochondria DNA she got from her mother. And her mother and her mother, we all go back to the same woman. The first black woman, she has marked her DNA in every human. You cannot escape that reality. Go to DNA, go to your DNA. You have the mitochondria DNA of the first black mother. It goes on from mother to mother, from mother to child, from mother to child. Whether you're a male child or a female child, you get that from your mother. And because of that, we can all trace that DNA back to the original female. The black mother. Y'all got it. Y'all black. If you hate black, you hate yourself at this point, okay? You cannot escape that goodness that comes from black people. We even put it in your DNA. You're not this, you're not, what the fuck? How can you be so ignorant, Wonder House? You think you're a different species? Do you understand what you're talking about? This dude thinks he's a different species. Hello. Hi. That's so funny. Hello. Hi, darling. Oh, you do love me.
She's very friendly and very curious.
That's so beautiful.
She's about a year and a half, a year old.
Oh, okay.
But he's crazy. Too much energy for me. I'm getting old and he's...
Bring her over here. I love energy.
She heard you talking on the phone or something.
Oh,
and she
okay.
stopped to listen.
Oh.
And then you came on the screen and she came over to say hi.
Hi, baby. Nice to see you. See ya. Oh my God. I had this dog. You know, you can't just hate people for... Racism is such a crazy thing because you can't just hate people for their color. You can't just hate people for because they're Mongoloid, they're Caucasian, or they're African or black or whatever. It's crazy. You can't do that. I'm not saying that I don't dislike people. There are people that I dislike, okay? But it has nothing to do with them being black or white or Asian or nothing. Like, that's not a criteria for me to hate you. Doesn't mean that I cannot hate you or that I cannot hate people, but race is like very down on my list, right? Like, to hate people. Like, I'ma hate people, but it will not be because of the color of your skin, okay? Right. Because some of you don't have good skin, okay? If I was to hate everybody because of the color of their skin, I'd hate all old people because they have this wrinkly, ugly skin, right? That would mean like I hate people because of their skin. It would be ridiculous, okay? Okay, let me stop being cruel. But, you know, that would be, you know, but my criteria for hating people is not their skin. Most people don't have beautiful skin. I can go hating all the people who have pimples, who have wrinkles, like, right? I am a feminist. Don't bet I am, right? But I do hate people because they are pedophiles. Like, I hate pedophiles, okay? I hate them. I hate pedophiles, okay? I hate them. Yes. Okay? I hate men who beat women, okay? Men who beat up women, I hate, okay? Like, you gotta give me good reasons to hate you. Like, your ugly ass skin is not enough for me to hate you. You need to give me some solid fucking reasons. You know? And then I'll hate you. And I don't care whether you're black, you're a woman, you're a man. If you meet the threshold of what it takes for me to hate you, then I'll hate you. Women always have had opinions. Opinions, women, and opinions. We've always had them. If you don't like opinions that women have, you're screwed for life. You know? Yeah, because there's social media, I guess. Maino Solares Aguilar, I love you. I love you too, mi amor. Right? So, what was I saying? I'm done. Yeah. I love most of you guys here. Most of you here are very lovely people. I just know for people who say they arrest, rearrest, or whatever, I just know that Black people, we have the best skin. If we are being real, okay? Now that we are being real about race, okay? Most of the good athletes are Black. The fastest people are African. If you're being real about the genes, the best skin that protects you from the sun and skin cancer, be Black, okay? The woman who has given birth to most babies on the planet, she's Ugandan. So fertility up there. If we are being for real, Black people don't take time to brag. We don't take time to brag and tune our horn. We don't have low IQ because everybody knows cognitive skills and IQ go together. And if you're having people with the highest cognitive skills, their IQ is high. Ask your doctor, okay? You can't be a slow chameleon or a tortoise. You can't run fast. You can't do things in a fast way. You don't have cognition, right? And have high IQ. Okay? Unless you build, unless there is a system built to make you look better, okay? Unless there is a system built and enforced by fear and violence to make you look better than you look, okay? But in nature, you cannot have high cognitive skills and have low IQ, okay? Look at Black children. Their cognitive skills are high. Their IQ is high, okay? They did the marshmallow test that tests how likely somebody is able to be successful. African kids pass that marshmallow test as a group, okay? They always pass it as a group, okay? So unless you build a system that is likely to favor some people so that even if their eyesight is not that good, you know, even if their skin is not that good, they're still gonna succeed anyway. Right? They're not succeeding out of merit. They're not succeeding out of high IQ. They're not succeeding, just succeeding because they are graded on a curve. We know it. It's not a secret. It is what it is, okay? Yeah. You know, when somebody, let's say you don't want somebody to win the race, right? And when the gun starts and you start running, you pull them back, right? And other people start running. That doesn't mean that the game was fair, or you just played it, you just played it with cheating to win. But every once in a while you will have reminders. You have reminders in the system that remind you, oh, you lied and you cheated, and the reason you are afraid of other people taking over is because you know that you don't have real talent. Do not let people sell you the truth, of like sell you the version of the truth, because we live in a system where the version of the truth that you're being sold, the thing that Wonder Mouse has subscribed is to white supremacy. That's the version of the truth that you have been sold, right? Of this race theory of white supremacy. You've been dished out this race theory and you're eating from it, and it's corrosive, it's all those things. But look at the evidence in nature. Everybody who has survived on this planet right here, right now, has come from a line of descendants who have had to survive very tough things, right? Everybody is a survivor. I don't care whether you're black, you're white, you're Asian. Everybody is a survivor. Everybody who is alive here has mastered their environment. Their ancestors mastered their environment. Okay? It's just what it is, right? You can't come here and feed people a theory that, oh, white people have low IQ, Asians have low IQ, black people have low IQ. We don't want to hear your theory. Yeah. You come here, you start your bullshit rage baiting, your race bullshit theory. I'm done with you. Hi, Yudi. Hi, Yode. Yode. What's your name? Yode. What does Yode mean? Do you have any special meaning for the word Yode? Long live Africa, minor. Human beings, go read biology. Human beings are one species, okay? Human beings are one species. They've always been one species, okay? A dog and a cat are two different species. That is why if a dog mates with a cat, they will not have a viable, fertile young one, okay? If I go and I can have a baby with an Asian man. I can have a baby with a white man. I can have a baby with somebody in the Amazon, deep in the forest. It will be possible because we are in the same species. We are the same species. Now you're coming here with stupid science that, oh, the human that came from Africa and the humans that are now here are different species. Fuck that science. Go read a book. Go read a fucking book. Exactly. Same species, different race. Exactly. Species and race is very, very different. We are all the same species. We cannot be different species, you know, like so Africans came from Africa and then they reached Europe and then they turned into what? A different animal altogether? No, they just adjusted to the different environment, right? So they needed more vitamin D. So they had to lose the dark skin, whatever, so that they can absorb vitamin D, because out there in those cold climates, they need more vitamin D, right? They needed to have more hair. You can see black people, we don't have hair, we don't look like bears, okay? European women and men, they are covered with hair all over because they live in cold climates. They have to keep warm, right? That's why they have this problem of having to remove hair and stuff like that. Stuff like black people we don't have to deal with because we live in a hot climate. A hot climate, you do not need hair covering your body like fur, okay? Different species adjust to different environments, right? In a different way, right? Europeans had to store food for the winter and the summer, for the winter. I come from the equator. We do not need to store food like that, okay? The people are shaped by their environments. What do you do with hair? Right? Now you're mad that I said Europeans are hairy, and now you have to like rage bait me on hair armpits. Everybody has hair armpits, okay? Everybody, God, even you, right? Please, right? I'm not saying it to be like hateful or whatever. I'm just saying that's how the environment made them. The environment changes us. That's how we adapt to different environments. Well, I'm just saying, you know, I'm not saying, I mean, there are things that there are sports that, you know, Asians are probably better than black people. I'm not saying like black people are best in every sport and every category. I'm not saying that. But clearly, basketball, clearly boxing, okay? I'm just gonna say, like, you may not wanna agree with some things, but the statistics out there. Okay, bring your best runners, let them compete against Kipchoge, Eliud Kipchoge in a marathon. I'm just saying, who will you bet your life on? Yeah, white people are better at hockey, right? Arguably, and baseball, 100%. 100%, right? $100%, right? I don't think a lot of black people want to play hockey and baseball. Like, right. So it is what it is, right? A lot of men, a lot of men don't compete with women in sports because women are women are not physically like muscular like men, right? So there's a reason why we do categories of those, right? Like we categorize people and gender so that women can compete differently in different sports differently, right? Maybe Eric wants some tea. All I'm saying, like, is all this race nonsense is usually BS. And if you have fallen for it, well, you fall for it. But there are very beautiful things you can pick up from the Asian culture, the Asian way of life, the black people and our ways of life, and white people and their ways of life. You know, you're excused to think you're the center of the world. But I'm here to tell you you're delusional and wake up, because everybody is special and everybody matters. I know it was this Wonder Mouse. I don't know, the education system has failed some of you. I don't know what we are going to do because the education system has failed. The education system has failed. And it's true, like a lot of black people's achievement have gone unrecorded in history, but we are still recording them right now. Black people are starting to record their own history and the achievement of black people. And because of marginalization, for a long time, black people were not allowed to compete in sports. They were not allowed to compete in sports. They were not even allowed by oppressive governments to go to school. So I can see why some people might think that they are smarter than black people, but you're not. You're not. It's because, if a system holds somebody back because they are afraid that they are going to succeed and become better, that system already knows the answer to its problems. I don't have to say much about that. Hiya, Darlies, yeah. Dal just joined. Yeah, if you use the phone today, trust me, that great invention, there's a black person behind it. If you used your GPS, trust me, that invention, a black person behind it. If you use the stoplight today when you're driving, that invention, a black person behind it. If you use the AC, trust me, a black person behind it. But you can all go blah 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 blah. The internet, if you use the internet, a black person behind it. But you can all go and say blah 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 blah, they have dark skin, they have low IQ, blah 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 blah, when you won't give us credit for everything that we have done for you guys, right? If you live in America, this economy started because black people made cotton possible, and you made all these things that Gia started the Industrial Revolution and created the best nation on earth. The backbone, black people. But you're not gonna give any validity to that, right? If you're going to look people because they are the strongest people on earth to start the best economy on the planet, and you're not gonna give them credit for that, fuck you, okay? We do not need you to come here and tell us that we are great. We do not need you. You know, like Kendrick Lamar said, fuck you and your congratulations, okay? Fuck you and your congratulations. We were not asking for it, okay? So you can keep it. You cannot intimidate black people. We are black. You cannot intimidate black people. We are black. No color on this planet talks about power than black. Black is the epitome of power. So people fear black. The fact that you don't want to drive into a black neighborhood because you fear black people, that should tell you everything. The fact you don't even want to come to our continent because you fear you're going to die of malaria, that tells you everything, right? We have bugs. We have bugs ready to kill you if you come to Africa. Bugs that we are resistant to, okay? We are resistant to these bugs that kill people. I tell you, don't mess with these kind of people. They're protected by God. Even bugs, don't kill them, but it kills other people. Okay, Platinum, why are people hating on black people? It's getting too old right now. It's jealousy. You know, I used to think maybe there's something they see that's so wrong with me as a black person that I don't see in myself. And then I realized, no, people are jealous. They fear that if you stand into your greatness, into your authenticity, you're going to overshadow them, which you can never do to another human being, because every human being is unique. Every human being has their own beautiful history. You know, they are here because their ancestors helped them move from one generation to another, and yet another, and yet another, right? Everyone is great. Everyone is unique. It makes no sense. Azizisa. Hating, who's hating on black people? Weird. Very weird. All people in the world. Yeah, all people are amazing, you know. Me, I have just grown to understand, like, if people hate me, it's jealousy. They think I'm better than them, and that's a them problem. Like, I just have come to understand that, and I take it for what it is, you know. And if you're out there and you're wondering, like, why when you start doing good, when you start achieving things and people don't like you suddenly, they're just jealous. They are just jealous. Oh, Kanani, I'm doing good. Night Rider, I'm doing good. Okay. Don't let people bring you down with nonsense. I love you, Minor. Apocalyptic J, you're speaking out both sides of your mouth. One side, everyone is equal. Next, black is the best. No, I'm not saying. I love black people, right? Okay, I'm a black person. I'm sure you are white and you love white people and you love being white. I love and enjoy being a black person. Okay. That said, you know, I probably have a black centric way of life, like you probably have a Eurocentric way of life, but I am not delusional to think that my delusions are the truth. Okay, I am not delusional enough to think just because I think black people are awesome, that they are strong, that they are intelligent, that I'm going to discount what other races have done, right? I'm not going to discount. White people have done amazing things too, right? They have built systems amazingly, right? And some of it is intelligent, and also some of it is people just being sheep, people being able to follow and being forced to follow a system without questioning it and then just following it. But on the other coin, the brilliance is you can build a system, right? I wouldn't say the system that they have built as the systems, they work, some in amazing ways, but their systems also have mistakes, right? But I'm saying they're still brilliant, and there's still things that you can acknowledge that are extremely brilliant about the systems they've created. If you go to Asia, the Oriental culture, also very fucking brilliant, okay? Just everything, just amazing and brilliant. The culture, the food, the dances, the buildings, the elegance, beautiful, okay? You can love where you come from, okay? You can love where you come from, absolutely love where you come from, and think you're all that in a bag of chips, but don't be delusional. Don't be delusional, okay? Other people are great too. Other people are great too, okay? I'm talking about political systems, right? Um, so yeah, somebody asked me a question, like, like they're saying that I'm talking about everybody are equal, but I'm saying black people are best. I'm just trying to explain, like, that's my centric way. Like, I'm not delusional, okay? I'm not delusional. Okay. Hi, Soraya Shaz Ruben Bini, human stems from Africa. Tell them, because I don't know what education system they're coming from. If Africans were not so brilliant of preserving humanity, you wouldn't be here. God entrusted humanity, Africans, with humanity. Okay? He entrusted them with humanity. And we are still fighting for the rights and freedoms of people. You think that's a mistake? You think that's a mistake in the system? Fucking no. Some people don't want to see the obvious, but it's right there. You can see it or you can turn a blind eye to it, but you can do that. It is what it is, though. At this point, education, miseducation, misinformation, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. But anyway, the message for today was, the message of today was this. If you're healing, if you're one of those people who are healing, do not get confused when it comes to healing from trauma. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Stand in truth. Stand in truth, defend in truth. Decide where you want to go, how you want to get there. Forgive people. Educate yourself. Don't compromise with ignorance, okay? You cannot stay there. You really cannot stay and compromise with people who choose ignorance over knowledge, with people who choose to be indoctrinated by the system, people who choose to be programmed by the system and not think for themselves, right? You don't have time for that, right? You don't have time for that. We will waste a lot of time, right? Let these people who want to stay in this ignorant system get destroyed and eaten by this system, okay? The next people who are going to be looking for mental health help, the next people who will be so fucked up in the head that they'll be going to look for a shrink will be these ICE people. These ICE people that are kidnapping people and making their life miserable, they're fucking up their own mental health, right? That's why you see people in law enforcement, they're some of the most disturbed mentally, okay? They got some things going on because you cannot see evil, you cannot be evil, you cannot do evil and go scot-free in your mental health, okay? It will fuck you up. They will be the next people who are on pain meds and these SSRIs that the system is going to give them, because you cannot kidnap children and think that you're going to be right here in your head. Okay? You cannot separate people from their families and loved ones and think that God is going to make you feel right here in your head. Okay? If it's wrong here in your heart, it will be fucked up here. That's the issue with mental health. Okay? If you do things that are fucked up for people in the heart, you will fuck up your mental health. These will be the people, okay? They are letting the system indoctrinate them, and they are letting the system use them for evil, but it's going to fuck them out here. Okay, it's the same like when you go into the army and you kill a bunch of people. Thank you for serving your country, but you come back and you're fucked up here. And we can give you medication, we can give you those antidepressant pills, you know. We have a lot of prescription medicine for you, right? But it is what it is. I'm telling you the truth, right? So when you decide to go volunteer for an evil system, know what's coming in for you. You will be fucked up here, because if you do something that's wrong here in the heart and you're trying to justify it, whatever, God does not care about that. You will get fucked up here. And when you get fucked up here, there'll be consequences. You see, I'm not here to talk about black on black, black on black, black on black, you know. Some of you just want to hear bad things about black people because you feed on that, you know, because you feed on that. Crime is crime. Crime is crime. Whether crime is being committed by a white person, a black person, an Asian, or whatever, crime is crime, okay? I've read all those sad stories, not just like sad stories, but so many on YouTube. You hear that all these black men, they are shooting their wives. They are shooting their wives, okay? They're shooting their wives. You get married to somebody, and then 2 days you shoot them, right? I don't understand why you married them and then you shoot them and then you go and spend the rest of your life in jail. Even if somebody cheated on you, you can't kill somebody because they slept with somebody else or whatever. You cannot just do that. Or because they want to leave and they don't want to be controlled by you and they want to leave. Let people go. Let them go live their life and enjoy their life, right? So, what do you want me to say? What am I going to tell somebody who is hell-bent on killing somebody else? They have let evil come into their hearts. They have let evil take possession of their mind. Like, what am I gonna do? That's somebody who should have healed from their childhood traumas, from their neglect issues. If they felt neglected, that is somebody who could have healed a long time ago, right? But they choose not to heal from the trauma. That is why I am here, helping people to heal from their trauma. And trauma does not know race. Trauma has no color. Trauma has no gender. Trauma affects everybody. And you gotta decide to heal from that trauma, right? Trauma affects everybody, right? And it has different ways, you know. Okay, now you gotta go. I have tolerated you enough. Right? Everybody needs to heal, right? And this planet needs to heal. But if we keep perpetuating systems that breed more crime, okay? For example, if you are going to snatch somebody's parent and deport them and then leave a child vulnerable here in the US now without a family, that child might be molested. You just made that child way more vulnerable than if they had their parent there, and you fucking decided to be inhumane and deport their fucking parent for whatever reason. They're probably not even illegal, but you decided you're going to put them in jail waiting to be for a case that wasn't even supposed to be there, right? And then leave these kids vulnerable into this wicked foster system, or with relatives that are going to put them in more harm's way, right? Because of a wicked system you guys keep perpetuating and voting, or because you've been indoctrinated into this racist system that you just cannot give up, right? It's racism. You call it illegal immigration, it's racism, right? It's not illegal immigration, it's racism. Everybody is here illegally. Nobody got an invitation to come here in the United States to start this fucking system, right? Illegal immigration is what you have to say is another word when you don't have the balls enough to say a fucking racist system. Nobody is illegal in stolen land. I do understand it's stolen land, and some people think they have more right to stolen land than others, and they decide to call other people illegal. Nobody is fucking illegal in this country. Nobody is fucking illegal on this planet, because this fucking planet belongs to God. Okay, the systems that they have put in place, the borders that they have put in place, they are artificial. These are artificial borders, okay? And right? So what are you going to do? Yeah? What are you gonna do? You don't want to hear the truth. You don't want to hear the truth? I'm going to spell it to you. This land has been stolen. Everybody is illegal. The way of just calling other people illegal is another way of just saying you want to create a racist system. We see through the bullshit. Did I stutter? Just because you come, steal some land, and create some rules and some boundaries, and people are following them, doesn't legitimize it in a moral sense. Okay? It just means you're going to bully people to do shit, but it doesn't make you less illegal. Okay? It doesn't make you less illegal. Nobody is illegal. It's stolen. Nobody invited people to come to America, and nobody invited anybody to come here. Okay? Everybody just found their way here. Okay? If you're going to call anybody illegal, everybody is illegal. Okay? Everybody. Apart from the very Native Americans, all of you people are illegal, and everybody telling other people is illegal. You're just an asshole. You need any further education outside of that? Because everything else is pure indoctrination. You've been indoctrinated by the system. They've been lying to you. And when you hear the truth, you hate the person telling you the truth. What are we supposed to tell you? Your education system sucks. It doesn't even want to tell you the truth. They want to make you feel like you're somehow legitimate and legal in stolen lands. If you want to believe that lie, then go fucking believe that lie, because at this time, I don't fucking know what to tell you. Okay? I don't fucking know what to tell you. People are fighting over nothing. Nothing at all. Okay? Maybe people are just fighting over mating rights. Maybe people are just fighting over who's gonna fuck who. Right? Maybe if we deport all of the black men, we will have a lot of women to fuck. You think that gonna... I know it's not insane. Maybe if we deport all the Latinos, they will not fuck our women. And then we can perpetuate our race. You think I'm making some bullshit? This is the bullshit system you're in, and you don't want to fucking see it. I don't know how somebody's gonna tell you in a nice way, but some of you don't want to hear this bullshit. But this is what they're not telling you when you're drinking that stupid Kool-Aid and traumatizing each other. And then I gotta come here, coach you, help you understand, enlighten you, help you heal from your bullshit trauma, like all that. And still, some of you don't get it. I'm tired. I gotta end this live stream and go take my tea. I know some of you will not keep up with me. You're not able to keep up with me because you're on a totally different wavelength. You're on a totally different wavelength. And I got work to do, so. I love you. Eric Holiday, we are fighting over you, twin flame energy, light my queen. I think I'm hungry. Mino Solaris Aguilar, thanks for subscribing, my love. I love you. Behavioral Finance, you liked and subscribed. Love to see you next time. I'm glad you guys like the vibe of this channel. I'm from Africa. You can hear my accent, right? We are on this planet together, okay? When they are drinking the Kool-Aid, we will not hear their version of the truth. We know our version of the truth, right? We know we have a right to be here just like everybody else. This planet belongs to everybody. It's a gift from God to humanity, okay? Nobody is illegal on this planet anywhere. We will not swallow that version of their truth, okay? The only people that should not belong to humanity are pedophiles and criminals. And and calling people illegal, that's not a crime. That is a mislabeling. Don't let them give you that bullshit. I got hair like a man. What makes you think I'm a woman? What makes you think I'm a woman? I could be a man. You're the one who's crazy. Thinking I'm a woman? What the fuck is wrong with you? Good night. Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. Let's do the final blessing. May you be happy and live with a joyful heart. And may you be strong and healthy and live with a body that gives you energy. And may you be safe and protected from all sorts of inner and outer harm. And may you live with the ease that comes with well-being. I love you all. Love you, love you, love you. Remember, you're unique like a snowflake since time began. Nobody has ever been like you on this planet. Nobody will ever be like you on this planet. Not just on this planet, but in all the whole of the universe. Forever and ever, okay? Nobody will be like you. God wants you to be here, and don't listen to negative talk, okay? You're not illegal anywhere on this planet, okay? That is their own systems, the devil's systems, their own indoctrination, their own miseducation, all that, okay? We don't subscribe to that nonsense. Zito Lopi, subscribe, love you. We'll see you next time. Stichuki, why are you saying you're a fake flake? Mm. And yeah, I'll go home. So I'm starting work tomorrow. I'll try to go live tomorrow, maybe at 6 to around 7, and then in the evening after work. After work, maybe around 5. John, I love you too. Morales, I'm from Africa. I'm Kenyan. Yeah, love you. Take care. Thanks for all the likes, all the love. Big up. Don't give up. Don't have your own version of the truth. Don't be quick to listen to the systems and governments and think that that is the truth. Not everybody is subscribing to the indoctrination and the nonsense. You know, have your own version of the truth, you know, and love yourself and stand up for yourself, right? I hate ICE. They'll go to hell. Soon they'll start having mental health problems because of all the bad things that they're doing to people of God, because you can't be indoctrinated by a system to hate other people. It's the same way the Nazis, they were mistreating the Jews and doing all these bad things because their government and the system told them to be cruel to people. The government told them to be cruel to people, to mistreat people. They convinced them that those people were illegal, that they convinced them that those people were subhuman. They convinced them that those people were inhumane, right? And the same thing they're doing with America here. And a lot of Americans are behaving like the Nazis. They are falling for this shit. Okay, they're falling for this shit. But guess who gets affected mental health? It's not the people that you really put into harm's way that get affected, because God fights for them. But the people who perpetrate these crimes, okay, these are the people who have mental health illnesses. These are the people who break up their own families. These are the people who go to hell in their own mind. These are the people that get crazy, right? You might think I'm crazy, but the people who shoot and kill innocent people, God punishes them, okay? God punishes them. God does not give them rest. God does not give them sleep, okay? You may be lied to by the devil, and the devil is in this system. He may lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you, because when you fall into hatred, when you fall into inhumane ways, you are becoming the enemy of God, and God is not going to give you rest, okay? God is not going to give you rest, because your conscience, how you're not going to escape the conscience of God. You're not going to escape the wrath of God. In due time, after you have committed and done all your crimes, in the name of ICE, in the name of calling people illegal, in the name of dehumanizing people, after you have done that, okay, you will meet poor mental health. You will not sleep. Your house will be broken down. Everything that you have worked hard for in the name of the devil is going to be defeated by God. So you can be tricked by the enemy all you want, in the name of worshiping Donald Trump, in the name of worshiping all the, to be inhumane, to treat other people with disrespect, to break up families that God has anointed. Okay? They are even taking spouses that have gone to church, and even God has anointed those wedding marriages, and they are breaking them up. Okay? They're breaking up families, right? You might think you have power right now, right? You might think that, oh, you're snatching people from the streets, you're putting people in cells, people who have not committed crime. You might think that you're going to get away with this. You're not going to get away with this wickedness. Surely, as God lives, you're not going to get away with this wickedness. See, I am not stupid enough to be indoctrinated by these weird systems, right? And I'm telling you not to be indoctrinated by these weirdos, because they're motivated by money and greed, and thinking that if other people do better, they will not be doing better, right? They are led by absolute fear. These people are fearful that if other people do better, they will overshadow them, right? It's absolute fear. We see it. People see these things, right? So, whatever. I don't have time for this. Yeah, they think their money is going to save them, right? They think their money is going to save them from the cruelty they inflict on other people. But I can tell you, you know, I'm a mental health expert. I'm a coach. Ask me, I'm a coach. You can do cruel things. You may not face the punishment of the law, but you cannot run away from your own conscience. Okay? You cannot run away from your own conscience. You're not going to convince your own conscience that you separated somebody from their father, from their family, from somebody who was going to protect them in their life, that you did that because of some stupid political issue that you got indoctrinated by. You cannot convince your own conscience. You know, you cannot commit these crimes against humanity and live with them and go to sleep and sleep like everybody else. Let me tell you, they will not be telling you that when they tell you to sign up for ICE. They cannot tell you that. The same way they cannot tell you that when you sign up to join the army that your mental health is going to be fucked up. They don't need to tell you that. You will find out. You will find out. And when you find out, you will understand that God is not a joke. I know some of you think God is a construct. You think God is a construct. That is why you think molesting children is not a big deal if you can get away with it. Separating families is not a big deal. You can get away from it in the name of ICE, in the name of mislabeling people as illegal. You think you can get away with it. You will not get away with it. I have news for you. You will not get away with it. Because you cannot run away from your own conscience. Your own conscience is king. You know it's wrong. You know deeply in your heart is wrong. You're trying to justify it because of some political stance that you have. It is still wrong. You will not be able to live with it. You will not be able to sleep at night. You will not be able to live with that. It's evil. You cannot justify evil under any system. Okay? You cannot justify evil under any system. You will not be able to live with it unless you're fucked up here. Go work for ICE. It's your dream job. Go work for it. Go start kidnapping children and people off the streets, right? Go. You're not anybody's hero. You will never be a hero. Your own mind is fucked up to even think about it. Because you call them illegals and criminals because you have been indoctrinated. That's how they want you to think, because they want to justify the evil they do to people. They have to make you think that these people are evil, they are criminals. They have to make you think that so that you take away your eyes of humanity from looking at those people as humans, so that they can justify the evil that they do to innocent people. It's the playbook that they are using on you. Okay? It's that nobody is a criminal. Coming to the United States doesn't make anybody a criminal. But you know what makes a criminal government? Separating kids from their parents. That is a criminal government. It's not a crime. You didn't come here to the US legally. Nobody came here to the US legally. Americans came from Europe to America and they started this whole shit illegally. Nobody invited them here. Everybody is pretty much a crime. Stolen land, fake government, everybody is a crime. So to justify taking kids away from their parents, to justify stopping kids that are going to get chemo and deporting kids that are getting chemo, please. It's stolen land. They stole these people from the Native Americans. This land is stolen from them. I tell you, it's stolen. Europeans came here, they brought diseases to the people here. Okay? They came and killed people here. Okay? Nobody invited them. Nobody invited them. Okay? Illegal. 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 Everybody is an immigrant. Everybody is really not very legal here. Okay? You can come. It's really other illegal people calling other people illegal. That's the mess we are in. And then you use that stupid justification to do evil to other people. You cannot sleep at night. You will not sleep at night. The devil you're serving is going to eat you up at night. Yes. The devil you're serving, the devil is nobody's friend. He will tell you to justify doing evil to other people. And once your conscience start witnessing, because your conscience will witness everything that you do, your conscience is going to witness. And your conscience is the one that is going to speak against you. I'm not going to speak against you. Your own conscience will speak against you. Your own conscience will speak against you. Not me, not your neighbor, not anybody else. Your own conscience will witness against you. Your own conscience will accuse you of the evils that you have done to other people. Okay? That's why I want you to wake up and realize when God created this planet, He did not create borders. Okay? Borders are artificial, they are man-made. And if you're using artificial things, okay, to break something that is sacred in the kingdom of God, like family, you are the criminal. You are the criminal. Because some of you lack spirituality and you think getting indoctrinated by the worldly systems is spirituality. You forget that you are human before you became a national of anywhere. You are human. And if you deny your humanity, your own conscience is not going to accuse you for being a good citizen. It is going to accuse you for denying your own humanity and denying that humanity in others. That is the only game that is on this planet. Everything else is noise. They don't want you to understand this because this is what is in the holy books. This is love is what is in the holy books. Kindness is what is in the holy books. But they don't want you to figure that shit. They want you to play their game by their own terms. They want to indoctrinate you so that you keep being asleep in this rotten system. But if you want to keep being asleep in this rotten system, you go fucking ahead. It is what it is. I love you. God loves you. Take care. Figure out your shit. But I'm just telling you how to protect your own mental health in a system that is using politics to break it down and to trick you. But if you're not going to wisen up and figure it out like that, then I guess you're rotten and you're just going to go down that system and figure it out for yourself. I mean, seeing is believing. You learn by your own experience. No matter how much people try to warn you not to go that path and you're hell-bent on being indoctrinated and behaving like the Nazi, you're going to do that anyway. You're going to figure it out for yourself, right? You're going to figure it out for yourself. Hassan, wewe. We will live here in love, protecting our mental health, being happy, sipping coffee, having a good time, and let people ruin their lives by ruining other people's lives. And when they go, their mental health goes down to shit, we are going to tell them, how is that working out for you? I thought we told you so. Now go use the system. It's going to give you pain meds and psychotics. And we will see how that will work for you because you believe the system so much, because you trust it. Let it do you what the system does. the people who believe it. Okay? I gotta go. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. And I love you. See you tomorrow. Robinson, I like you too. Lee Wilson. Love you. Take care. Whew, that was a long one. We have been here for 203 minutes. You want me to dance? You want me to dance? Okay? I can dance. Okay. I can dance. I can dance. We are here. We are here having fun. And the people doing the work of the devil, they're out there doing the work of the devil. But we are here having fun. Yes, it's important we don't forget to have fun, right? I do take good care of myself, you know, I run. Jonas Siwas, you're a big fan. I love you. Maino Sola Aguilar, I love you too, baby. Nice to see you. Right. You know, we got haters here like Joe 5014. That's okay. What is a channel like this without some little haters? No, it's okay. It's just Jonas Seward. Love. So see you guys tomorrow. I love you. Take care.